I was once a top-tier assassin, but during a shooting test, every shot I fired missed the bullseye. Then came the physical fitness test, where I barely did a few bench presses before immediately putting down the barbell. In the final parallel parking test, I even crashed into the cones. All of this was to hide my true abilities. In the end, I barely passed with a score of 60, landing a high-paying job as an armored truck security guard. However, on my first day on the job, we encountered a robbery. The robbers not only took the driver hostage, but also threatened us, demanding we throw all the cash from the armored truck into a pickup. My colleagues were so terrified they wanted to jump out and flee, but I remained calm. I opened the door and started throwing out cash bags. But the next second, I deliberately threw one bag outside the truck bed. The robber had to get out to throw the money back in.
Sorry, pal.
At that moment, I calmly stepped out of the vehicle and revealed my true marksmanship. Every shot was a headshot, and soon I had taken down all the robbers. The gang leader fled in panic into a building, and I calmly followed. By the time my colleagues arrived, I had already eliminated the gang leader. My precise marksmanship left my colleagues stunned. However, I wasn't in a hurry to leave. Instead, I methodically removed each robber's mask, searching for the person I was looking for, but found nothing. 3 months later, I encountered another robbery. This time the robbers were more professional, first spraying the windows white with paint, blocking the view inside. Then, they threw in tear gas grenades. In the choking smoke, I was forced to exit the vehicle, but when the gang leader told me to remove my face covering, he was terrified by my appearance, immediately abandoning all the cash and ordering his men to retreat at once. Because I was an untouchable crime boss, I joined the armored truck company to investigate a gang of robbers. These people had accidentally killed my son during one of their operations, and this time I had reached a cooperation agreement with the police. With police support, I eliminated nearly everyone on the list within days. However, among all these people on the list, not one matched the killer's description. After carefully analyzing the robbers, we discovered these people were well equipped, operated cleanly and efficiently, nothing like ordinary street gangs. So my team and I broke into a witness's home and dragged him from his sleep. No matter how we tortured him, he wouldn't reveal any information. Only when his daughter was brought in did he mention 2 brothers who had discussed robbing armored trucks. To thank the black man, I generously gave him $200,000 for medical expenses and guaranteed I would never cause him trouble. Subsequently, I led my men to raid the gang, where we not only found millions in cash, but learned this money was all from human trafficking of young girls. To eliminate these scum, I didn't hesitate to take out several of them. However, after days of investigation, we still couldn't find any trace of the robbers. At this point, one team member advised me that continuing like this would not only fail to find the real culprits, but might also alert them to our presence. Perhaps we needed to think from